Hi.
So we left the consult today. That happened. It was just, it's just an emotional whirlwind for the Jami.
She cried.
I cried. She's fine. Everything is normal. I don't know. It's an interesting perspective. This is the first time in our relationship where I have noticed a massive age gap and the consequences of an age gap. Yeah, because I'm almost 35 and she's, how old are you? 25.
Yeah.
So like, oh, you're not even 25 yet?
You're 24.
Whatever. Oh, because I'm not even 30. I'm just there in the 35s. Yeah, fine, whatever. So, we sat down and he was like, he asked me if I'm on birth control, and then I said no. But he said, you have pretty regular periods, right? I'm like, yep. And I just waited while he typed away with his thoughts, and then he said, so the first thing we like to do is to test your ovarian reserve whenever you're doing something like this, if you're wanting to donate eggs. So what we do is we test 3 tests: FSH, AMH, and antrofollicle. He said, we found that you have a low antrofollicle number, which means the quality of the eggs you have are low. And you have a high FSH number, which is 11.1, which means, what does it mean? I'm having a brain fart.
Wait, which one? Sorry.
FSH. That I don't have very many.
That's the stimulating
That's
hormone.
the stimulating hormone. So it's the struggle between them. I don't really know. All I know is that I have normal AMH. That's the only thing that's been told to me that is at some... Oh, no, there's something else too. Basically, I have a low supply of eggs. I only have 8 left.
Yeah.
And they're not great quality. But we can't really determine the quality for sure until they're out of my body. And I guess they want to try to take them all. At first I was like, great, and he was like, yes, you have low quality, this is very unusual for your age. Decreased Ovarian Reserve is what they called this. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm hot. So then I don't know, he didn't say anything else. So then, and he said all my genetic testing came back negative. So that's cool that I'm not a carrier of a genetic defect or whatever. So that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that helps us with our donor situation because I think he's positive, but I'm negative, and so then there should be no issue.
Yep.
So we can still use the same donor.
Yep.
And then he looked at Chelsea's and he basically said, oh, you look good. You have so many eggs. Your uterine wall cavity, everything looks good.
Yep.
He like got this jar of suckers out and he was like, here's a sucker for you.
Give me a sucker.
And then he gave me some coal in a bag, and I was like,
being dramatic.
Damn it, I tried. One thing he did say is that there's nothing I could do to prevent this. I couldn't have changed my diet. I couldn't have, there's nothing I can do to create better quality eggs and more of them.
Right.
That's just it. Like this just is. What did he say this is like?
This is like you cutting your hair all your life and then having gray underneath or something like that.
Yeah, he said, this is like you cutting your hair your whole entire life and not realizing there's gray underneath, which you can't change that. It just is. It's growing out of your head.
Yeah.
So these are just living in my life. And
yeah.
So, yeah. So then I was like, okay, so what does this mean? I can't, like, do this? And he's like, oh, no, we definitely have, you have 8 that we can work with. But he said we need to act fast. So he said, typically, like, their goal would be to get 1 or 2. Like, all the way made to, like, blastocyst. Yeah. And then he was like, do you want to do this at the same time? And we said we do want to do genetic testing. So we need her to not do it at the same time because it wouldn't be ready.
Yeah.
So basically, it sounds like, and unfortunately we don't have all the details yet. This is just a process of patience. We'll be starting it, starting at my next period, which is in like 3 weeks. And, yeah. They're going to be sending us paperwork.
They should be calling us.
They should be calling us, and they should be sending us a quote. with how much this is going to cost and what it's going to take. They're going to have to up my medicine intake to really stimulate these eggs to get the best that they can be.
Yeah.
And then, we'll find out the price and the timeline. There's like a calendar that they're going to give us. And once we get the quote, then I can take the quote and I can start making decisions on financial, because we are definitely going to be taking out a loan or something for this.
Yeah.
And we need to see if our insurance covers, which I don't know that it will. That's where I'm at. I don't think it does, but if it does, that would be a very nice surprise. It would be some good news that I need.
Yeah. And I start birth control my next period to stop me from ovulating, so when it's time to transfer, I'm ready to go.
And I don't start birth control, which is nice, I guess. That's good. I didn't want to start birth control. I don't like it. It makes me gain weight. So that's another piece of information that was good news for me. I just felt real deflated in there. I felt sad. He asked how I felt. That was real hard. Yeah, I don't know. I'm processing how I feel right now. I feel, I mean, it's good. It's goodish news.
It's not bad news.
It's not bad news. It's a struggle. It's an uphill battle. And I asked him, is there something you want me to do to prepare myself, my body, me? Is there any steps I can take to, get ready for the beginning of this? And he said, yes, absolutely. And I said, okay, and I was ready. Don't vote Republican. And I was like, okay, that's it. And he goes, and if you figure out a way to improve egg quality, let me know, because I'll invest in the company. Because that would be a very good moneymaker, because it's not something that exists right now.
Yeah.
So he basically made it clear again at the end that if I want to go, stand on my head and do yoga and like eat lots of fruits, it's not gonna affect my eggs. So, however, I can eat healthy and get my body physically and get my mental state ready for it. But in terms of affecting the eggs, the number and the quality, we are where we are.
Yep.
An 8. It's not the worst thing in the world.
No,
I'm thankful that I have something left. I was sad. I was scared. And I don't have a lazy ovary. And it's not that it's too big. It's bigger, but it's just that one side only has 3 and one side has 5. So this side had 5 and this side had 3.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good.
Do you feel like disappointed at all?
No, not at all. I mean, I know, like, you feel, like you felt disappointed, like your reaction when he was saying all those things. Like,
well, he wasn't saying, he didn't immediately go, okay, so you have 8, you have a decreased supply. However, it's still possible. He just sat.
I think he did because he wanted you to probably like experience like that,
that I have a
that it is going to be
ovarian.
a challenge, and that he is going to up the medicine and all the things.
Probably to see like how much it mattered to me.
Yeah.
Because if I was like, okay, well, thanks for the update. We'll just use your eggs.
Yeah.
Then it's like, well, she's not gonna do that,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he was just busy typing. I like him a lot. I still like him. I think his delivery is good. I think he stayed very neutral. He wasn't trying to sell us. I think you could try to sell in these situations, and maybe he didn't want it to come across as trying to get you to do IVF here.
But one thing I really like is that he's really confident in his work. So I have no doubt, that
I feel like that this could definitely be okay. It would work. And no guarantees, but I asked him, are you concerned that I have a low supply? He said, no, I've worked with worse. And he said he's worked with people with FSH levels of 80.
Yeah,
that's his record. And I was like, okay. So it's just going to be a process, and we'll find out what that process is, what medicine and all that stuff. So I mean,
he actually said he had successful pregnancies.
Yeah.
Births with people with FSH levels.
Oh yeah, when I say he worked with, I mean that was a successful. I mean, working with him would be easy. Getting an end result. Well, you could work with somebody and get nowhere. I mean, I could work with You can work with anybody, but no, he had successful.
Successful.
And so our anticipation, you know, our goal would be to get it just to a couple good ones, and even one is all you need, I guess. And
yeah. So next cycle we start.
Yep, we got a lot to figure out. I gotta get some financing. We gotta order sperm. I mean, hopefully it's Friday after like it's 5 o'clock. They're going home. They're gonna have a nice weekend, and we're gonna wait for the information.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I put her contact info. They were like, best contact her always. Call her all the time. Tell her all the bad things about me. Don't call me. Call her. She's free a lot.
And
she can
good things.
Tell her all the good and the bad. Just call her. Don't call me. I'm busy. I don't have a phone anymore.
Yeah.
Unless she's napping. This will make her watch. That phone will be on. It'll be turned up. She will not miss their call. Anyways, thanks for watching. That's our update from our consult. We really don't have any more information in terms of much else.
And so I'll be getting an email with the quote of how much the whole process is going to cost. So
yeah, so we can share that. Yeah.
It's exciting. Like, I mean,
I'm excited. I feel good. I mean, I feel like, all right, this is a challenge. I like challenges. I like, you know, I've never really been a person that likes to have stuff handed to me. I like to work for it.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I like to know that, you know, I mean, again, me doing nothing I can do here, but I can choose to pay money to have it done.
Yeah, well, and I don't know, like, I feel like the next few months are going to
be intense,
but I mean, like, we're getting the ball rolling, because he
wants to do it fast. He's like, now. He says, if you would have come in a year, probably not. She thought, he was like, let's go get you to an IVF consultant. And I was like, oh, she thinks this is happening right now. This is not. I know we're making an appointment.
No, I knew that we weren't going to go right now. But I was more so I was disappointed because I thought that's what this appointment was.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too.
Like, well, I mean, like, I'm glad we got, like, results and we're able to talk to the doctor, and he has a plan. He clearly has a plan, because he spent a lot of time typing and
he was writing a lot of things down,
asking questions, and so, and the fact that we were, like, on board to, like, you know, we were like, okay, well, we're ready to start, and he's like, great, let's do this.
He's like, okay, I think it's gonna be fun. Like, you know, he had good energy. He's just real nice, and whenever he shakes your hand, he takes it and he holds it and he looks you in the eye. He says, I hope you feel like you're more encouraged right now and you're leaving with hope. And I was like, I feel better. And you keep holding the hand. And then he makes sure you're ready to let go. Like, okay.
Yeah, and I'm like,
and I'm over here like, this is wonderful. Thank you. I want to hug you, but we're doing this and we're holding hands. But for me, that was very connected, and I felt very valued in that moment. And when he asked me in there, how are you feeling? I was like, wow, you don't even need to know that. You're a business professional. You're a doctor. You don't need to ask me how I'm feeling. I'm crying now. I was like, I'm sad. I'm disappointed. Because I didn't know I thought we were moving forward. I was like, it's a lot cheaper, but her eggs are great. We're going on this cheap route. And then suddenly he's like, well, I think we can still use yours. And I'm like, let's use them. Anyways. All right, well, we're going to try to get some dinner because we're starving and things, so.
Stay tuned.
Here we are. I feel like we're just kind of like broken record. I mean, this was information. Definitely learning.
Definitely information.
Definitely information.
We are a broken record.
We are just always.
Go follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, subscribe to our channel. Channel. Subscribe to the channel. Okay, bye.